We are at a crucial time right now where education is virtually We are at a crucial time right now where education is virtually changing. Self-education and formal education is now hybrid. What advice could we use right now in this trying time? What is your transformation journey? We're going to learn more about a book called The Unspoken Revivalism, written by an author who definitely is best fit for a time such as now. Stay tuned as we speak to this author. Hello, my people. Welcome back. We are here for another amazing show. We have a very good author and a very well-renowned philosopher who's been doing some great work out in the universe, our global universe, that is just reaching people with her wonderful work. Our guest today is Miss Makki. She's going to help us to pronounce her unique name and tell us a little bit about her name and just how she got it, and give us some great inspiration and motivation today too. So without further ado, let's just bring in Miss Makki as she begin to bring us into her world of what she's doing. How's it going today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. I'm pleased to be here.
It's quite a pleasure. So, Miss Makki, I didn't want to, spoil the beans on, what you got cooking up for us, but do tell us in your own words just who you are and what you have done.
I am a mother, a runner, student, health researcher, poet, motivational speaker, writer, and author in more genres than one. I enjoy boxing, dancing in my kitchen at midnight, and I don't mind staying up all night to create a masterpiece. I am predominantly Lebanese, Italian, Greek, and the first gift given to me was my unique name, Alkawther, which many find difficult to pronounce. So I'd like to make it easier because Alkawther is the name of a river in paradise, and it means abundance of good, infinite bounty and light. So I believe in the significance of my name, and one of the first things I do every day is strive to live up to its meaning, which has helped me become who I am today.
That is beautiful. And I think what you bring to the table here, being a author of 2 books and just the great gifts that you have to offer the world, is truly appreciated here. Would you mind telling us just a little bit about your upbringing and just how that kind of ties into the snowball effect of where you are now?
It's no secret that I struggled to read and write during my childhood years, which made me feel incomplete but never powerless. I had a raging thirst for competence, not only in language, in all facets of life. I had this rebel in me, this tomboyish aesthetic, which further distinguished me amongst my peers. I wanted to be seen and heard, always gave my best shot, and therefore was idolized as a rising phenom in all sports. When I learned to read and write, I wrote about sports, pain, pleasure, loss, love, war, peace. My works reflected a myriad of human emotion relative to what I was feeling as a child, and all the emotions that went into overcoming that childhood adversity. And I also wrote about this utopian world of beauty and wonderment. I had a yearning motivation to transfer my childhood adversity into poetic works of art. And so I composed at least 100 philosophical and poetic works before the age of 15. And from that point on, the journey of writing had just begun.
That is quite the bit of a journey and quite the bit of the knowledge that you pack it in there. And how do you find beauty in all things?
The same way one finds beauty in fear, beauty in fight, beauty in fatigue. And I have had to do just that to become who I am today. Beauty can be found in all things that have the potential to be great things. Beauty is an extraordinary phenomena and properties that enhance the soul, like the rise of a champion and how a person possesses resilience when all odds are against them and aspires to greatness. A dear friend once told me, Alkawther, you have the beauty, the brains, and the brawn. And I remember thinking, wow, the beauty, the brains, and the brawn, that sounds fascinating. And I truly did not understand what that meant at the time until I knew I was going to use that trio to create a masterpiece, my first book entitled Unspoken Revivalism. And that is exactly what Unspoken Revivalism represents. Poetic Works in Belletra unites all things in beauty. The Student Teacher's Guide is an educational tool to stimulate the brain, and the incentive section represents aspiring characters with confidence and brawn.
That sounds very interesting. Can you tell us just a little bit more about Unspoken Revivalism, and just what we can get out of the book?
Unspoken Revivalism is an educational textbook that speaks to all people from all various places of the world. It's very diverse because all people are seeking peace, prosperity, and purpose. And that's really what Unspoken Revivalism is about, because people can relate to each other's experiences because we all share the same basic human emotions. And that is why a diverse crowd cries in unity, laughs in unity, claps in unity. And when readers read Unspoken Revivalism, that is exactly what they feel. They feel unity, they feel strength, they feel resilience, they feel the need to go after their dreams, to conquer and to challenge themselves, to pursue their purpose in life.
Purpose is very important. And when you think about purpose, you have to be motivated. What is the best way for people to be motivated?
If you believe you are failing to meet your purpose today, I reassure you not to give up, because you are greater than one ability, skill, and talent. Your mind alone is a universe abundant in galaxies, matter composed of infinite energy. The human energy field is greater than what we understand, and we only have a small glimpse of its potential. Even in today's modern world, we are still learning the significance of numbers, the idea that numbers can be distinguished by shape, color, texture, a phenomena alive and real. And these are the types of phenomena that tells us to have hope, faith, believe in God, because God does not favor oppression, rather strengthens the oppressed. And if we have learned anything about neural mechanisms, it is that human emotion plays a significant role in creativity, and that is why people with disorders can be extremely creative in a multitude of projects. So everyone has a purpose in life, and sometimes you have people that say, I have this purpose and I know what I want to do in life, and I've been trying to do what I want, but I have all these obstacles that are in the way, and I feel like I'm failing to really meet my purpose. So you should not fail at anything, because your mind is so complex and there's so many different opportunities out there, and you are greater and stronger than what you actually believe. So you need to have a spirited outlook on life and also be strong enough to face the real world. Have the courage to swim through the storm safely to shore. And today's world can be an illusion and therefore requires you to be resourceful and perceptive. You need to be able to pinpoint an invisible leviathan in the clear sea. Water is meant to be transparent, quench your thirst, but does it really? In today's world, the water you drink can poison your mind, asphyxiate your lungs. So in life, we look for transparency so that we are able to proceed with caution, enable small or large steps toward our future goals. And transparency is built by our experiences, and it's our experiences that gives us an inner knowledge to journey with heart, prosper with mind, choice to destiny, never chance with ignorance, rather dance with reality. So today I tell you to embrace the difficult challenges of today so that you will celebrate the opportunities of tomorrow. And I am someone who feels the need to challenge myself every day. And that is the key to finding your purpose. I use negative forces to push me further and empower my life. And many times negative words or challenges can heighten our senses, increase strength and performance. For example, if you take two people who have accomplished the same things, whether that be becoming a doctor or taking gold at the Olympics. However, these two people have led different lives. One person, for the most part, lived a very easygoing life, came from a wealthy family, the perfect family with no hardships, chaos, or pain. And when they become successful, it's usually something that is great, but maybe expected, opposed to a person who has come from very little, had to endure hardship, illness, pain, had to, be a subject of racism and childhood adversity. And when that person becomes successful, their story is all more significant, interesting, fascinating, commendable, inspiring, unforgettable. And it's a suspenseful story, the same way we create movies like movies that motivate, like Rocky and Cinderella Man. So embrace the 10 obstacles in your life because it will make the story of your life an unforgettable one. In your beautiful, brazen, and brave journey, you will discover that your greatest weakness can ultimately become your greatest strength. And that will lead you to find your purpose. And that also requires you to work hard for what you desire in life. Do not wait around for a pot of gold. Never let your destiny survive by luck. Rather, determine your destiny by the unlucky challenges you survived. And I say that because if you are someone who has overcome adversity, you are much stronger and more equipped to endure the storm because faith grows in a time of disparity.
That is very compelling. And just to back up a little bit, I heard you say some things in regards to inspiration, and we just curious here to know, where do you draw your inspiration from? You mentioned some movies, some very good movies, but more specifically, where can we draw our inspiration from, and where do you draw your inspiration from?
One of the first stories that inspired me as a child was the story of Helen Keller, which is a prime example of how childhood adversity is a major driving force in motivation and creativity. She was one of the greatest polymaths of our time who became a writer, author, activist after becoming deaf and blind. The inclination of one to acquire savant abilities tells us that every single limb, organ, separate of one another, has the ability to perfect a skill, has the ability to become a champion. It is beautiful how brain-injured patients are able to resuscitate their lives in a more prominent way post their injury and then exhibit a brilliant skill in the music, the arts, mathematics. It is beautiful how people with prosthetics defy the odds, thrust further, and continue to pursue their dream.
That's great. And Now, just to switch gears a little bit, as a philosopher and thinking woman of wisdom yourself, many would like to know who was your teacher of wisdom, and do any of your teacher's ideas and beliefs tend to appear in your writing?
Well, my teacher, when I couldn't read and write and I really struggled, I looked up to my teachers, and obviously I wanted to learn as much as I could and wanted to take in as much as I could. So I really didn't have, someone that was specific. Like I said, Helen Keller, was the first story that inspired me. And I learned about the story, during a time where I couldn't even read or write at that time. So when I thought to myself, look at this amazing woman, she was blind and deaf and still she learned to read and write and went on to become an author. And I thought to myself, well, we as humans, we have, God's given us ample amount of gifts to see, to hear, to write, to run, to laugh. And we're made up of so many great things. And for someone to be deaf and blind and to still defy the odds and accomplish everything this great woman has, it told me very early on that to not really give up, because, obviously I was in a better situation because I could see and I could hear. So it gave me the strength to say, wow, I am able to do much more. I can really overcome any challenge and really become the best person that I can become. And, other stories also inspired me, just thinking about, how a champion rose to greatness, how they came from having nothing, having very little and living in poverty. And, like, for example, the story, Cinderella Man, he rose to greatness in a time of depression, and he had to worry about feeding his family, and really just in a way it was like it's either I make it or I'm not going to make it. And sometimes that's what it takes for you to really defy the odds and become great. So when I see someone that has struggled in life, and for example, if you think about racism, how African Americans rise to greatness after going through a time of really hardship, and having to combat bigotry, and they come out on the other side and become activists and possess greatness, whether it be in the Olympics or become authors or great role models. These are the stories that inspire me, and I look and say it's a beautiful, beautiful accomplishment.
Yeah, I definitely, can agree with you more. And you have definitely talked about a lot about becoming your best self, and then be smarter, cleaner, and leaner. You definitely point at health and wellness to guide people to enhance those areas of life, to help motivate them. Would you tell us a little bit about that, and how you made that switch, to write in that particular way, to be a health fanatic and researcher? Right.
So kind of transitioning into, Unspoken Revivalism, obviously it's philosophical. Obviously I'm someone that continues to challenge myself, and I've always been health conscious to a degree. But I'm someone who likes to test my success, and I kind of like to endeavor in different things, kind of challenge myself in all facets of life. And before really going into creating this health book, you think about what are the things that you value in life, and obviously I value health very much. I'm an athlete, and I decided to write a health book because throughout my years of being an athlete who maintained an attractive physique, I feel to maintain a healthy lifestyle. As an athlete, you do your best to enhance your image, look toned and muscular. And the problem with making your outside image the focus is that the idea of feeding your inner organs and enhancing your mental performance goes unheeded. And therefore, any efforts you make to lose weight is in vain because you are constantly a subject of the products that seem fit and healthy by the mainstream. They are otherwise hindering your efforts because you are unaware of their chemical composition. Any company can slap a label on its product stating to be healthy and make you lose weight. But does it really? And, nowadays it seems that people are wanting to engage in the new health trends like paleo and keto, the organic, non-GMO, and not to discredit those healthier alternatives. I rather think they are great. But the truth is, not everything paleo, keto, or organic is smarter, cleaner, leaner, or even superhuman approved. And that's where smarter, cleaner, leaner makes the difference, where it matters most. And that's why I decided to create Smarter, Cleaner, Leaner, because I was someone that was once looking for answers in real time. So Smarter, Cleaner, Leaner is not a diet. It's a lifestyle change to enhance your life and get you to reach vitality. It's to enhance all areas of life, motivate you to become your best self. So I provide readers with facts and resources to help them see the difference in what they are consuming and provide them with the necessary tools to make right choices. So, like I said, no diets, no pills, no gimmicks. And when you think about other health books, some of them, most of them really are about diets, diet this and diet that. And you have to have this limited amount of calories and you gotta exercise excessively. And, that's not what Smarter, Cleaner, Leaner is. It's not a diet. It's just pure research and experience from one human to feel superhuman. And I highlight the superhuman approach, which is brain health conscientious. And the superhuman approach is fundamental to transform your life because it resets the way you perceive food sustenance and the way you prioritize your inner health and mental well-being, which supersedes physical appearance. Does not neglect it, however, enhances it.
Yes, I think the audience really likes that, and definitely like to hear more about that and read more about that. As you are definitely providing some good information here today. Now, if there's anything that people can apply right away from any of your books, you can pick one or two things. What would those things be?
Right. To challenge themselves. Like I said, the way you become successful. And I would say, with the health book, the superhuman approach is something to transform your life. It's really essential because you have to have a different way of looking at how you want to lose weight, how you want to enhance your life and feel great inside. In order to be successful, I think it starts with really feeding your organs and feeding your brain and your mental well-being. And first, that's what you have to do. You have to become a healthy individual who has mental clarity. And if you have mental clarity, it's the first part in becoming successful and finding your purpose. So it's important that you wake up every day with curiosity and do not feel compelled to shut down your big dreams because they are larger than life, seem out of reach or too far-fetched. Just as the sun rises every day and nightfall makes its entry, that is the same way your situation can change, especially when you put in your hard-earned work through sweat and tears. And it makes it impossible for someone to take that away from you or discredit you. So in order to be successful, you need to first and foremost trust yourself, dedicate time to take charge, make an effort to show up and have right form for efficiency, which will increase your physical and mental strength, lead you to be tenacious and not give up when it matters most. Initially, you want to think about how you desire transformation and work diligently to make that happen as a resolution. The test for success can be used to measure your performance, detect your niche, and make improvements in your current endeavor. And I want to go back to Unspoken Revivalism for a little, because, Unspoken Revivalism, it's my baby. It was the first book that I created. And, just thinking about how I had to overcome my childhood adversity from not being able to read and write. When I decided to create Unspoken Revivalism, I wanted to make sure that every part of an Unspoken Revivalism was my hard work, from the cover to the quotes to every single detail, the illustrations, the about me, everything that goes into making Unspoken Revivalism. When you're an author and you're creating a book and you want to publish it, usually you have, publishers create the cover for you. And I was someone that, felt like it was really important for me to also create the cover. And that's why I also have a prototype of the cover of Unspoken Revivalism. And, obviously, I'm not like a terrific artist or something. I'm not, I'm not like a Da Vinci or a Michelangelo, but it's really about, what is the meaning of when you look at the illustrations? So what is the meaning behind the illustration? And so it was really important for me just to really be part of creating every part of Unspoken Revivalism. And when I look back, I say, wow, it's all my work. And I think, if you're someone that wants to succeed, I'm telling you not to be afraid to take that leap, to be able to kind of, jump outside of the box and maybe do something different, do something unique, do something that, nobody else has ever done, really. So, you gotta take a chance and be fearless and never give up.
I like that. That's very, very good advice there. Very good, inspiring advice. As we, draw to a close here, is there anything else in closing you want to add here today?
I want readers to know, and anyone listening to this, I want you to never forget what it means to be human. Okay, humanity is a powerful thing. And the purpose of humanity serves to take action, spread knowledge, and impact others. This is who we are as humans. This is who we should be. And never lose sight of that. Humanity is to live with action in the face of fear, because to live in fear is quite the contraction. And you need to become a warrior, a peacemaker who is a warrior, because a peacemaker initiates positive energy for a positive outgrowth. The warrior fights oppression with positivity, because kindness suppresses injustice, and the oppressor can never survive in the kindest justice. So remember that. Always be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. And always strive to make a change.
Beautiful. Well put here. And thank you so much. Tell us where we can find the book and any other, special details to help the audience here today that you may want to add.
Right. You can find Unspoken Revivalism and Smarter, Cleaner, Leaner on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And on my personal website, alkawthermakki.com. It's ALKAWTHERMAKKI.com, and alkawthermotivation.com, which will be live in about 2 weeks. And I just want to give a shout out to Far Eastern Media for their dedication to the success of their authors. Far Eastern Media is a prominent company that will recognize your project's true merit, help you take flight, and caliber in your endeavors. You can find them at fareasternltd.com. Again, that's FAREASTERNLTD.com.
Perfect. Terrific. Well, thank you so much, Miss Makki. And to all of the audience, make sure you do take the time out right now to check out all of those links that will be featured in the episode description of this recording. You can take time also additionally to share it out, this episode recorded, with someone you know, someone you don't know, as it do help to further out the message that you have heard here today. Make sure you do also take the time out to review it yourself, as you want to catch everything that was presented here today. Until next time.
Again, I want to thank you for having me. This was a very pleasant experience. It was really inspirational. And thanks for having me, and have a blessed day.
You have a blessed one as also, and to the audience out there, Miss Alkawther, and I'm working on the name, Miss Alkawther Makki is author and philosopher and motivational speaker, coach. Anything else you may need from her, again, all the links will be provided. Many blessings, peace, and lots of love.